all the longevity products you hear us talk about on the radio program. If you're really interested in the longevity products, you can also call Phyllis and Andy at 866-735-2470 and make sure you ask them about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, my personal favorite longevity product. All right, we're talking about vitamin E and cardiovascular health. Vitamin E is truly an astoundingly important nutrient for cardiovascular issues. We'll be covering that at length. If you have had a heart attack, if you're concerned about heart disease, if you have heart disease in your family, if you just want to make sure that you're healthy, please get yourself on 400 international units of vitamin E a day. Once you get going on it, you can miss a day here and there. It is stored in the body, but please, you got to at least get yourself loaded up on 400 IU a day, especially if you're dealing with cardiovascular issues or you don't want to deal with cardiovascular issues. After you swallow your vitamin E capsule or after you eat your vitamin E containing food, it goes through the digestive system and then it gets transported through the lymphatic system. If the lymph is clogged up, you're going to have issues delivering vitamin C to the heart and to the adrenal glands and to all the other systems of the body. So understanding how the lymph works is really, really important. The lymph transports both vitamins and poisons, among other things in the body. So when the lymphatic system is clogged up, everything gets messed up, especially nutrient delivery, and especially the delivery of fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin E. The key entry point of poisons, of toxins, into the lymph is in the digestive system, in the small intestine, through these little openings from the small intestine, little doorways from the small intestine into the lymphatic circulation called the Peyer's patches, P-E-Y-E-R-S, Peyer's patches. When the wrong foods are eaten, most especially things that we're allergic to, dairy and grains, the usual things we beat up on here on this program, these immune food complexes, the clumps, if you will, of bad foods and immune system cells can enter into the lymphatic system. For many of us, this can happen every day. This can happen every hour for many of us. If it happens once in a while, that's one thing, but if we're constantly bombarding our digestive tract with the wrong kinds of foods, the lymphatic system is going to bear the brunt of this entree of the immune complexes and food allergens on an hourly or on a daily basis. And then eventually accumulation will occur, and what ends up happening is a very clogged up lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is a very intricate and elaborate circulatory system. Think piping in your head. Think, when I talk about circulation, just think of pipes. And what ends up happening, the pipes get clogged up. If you want a graphic representation of what a clogged up lymphatic system is, all you got to do is think about one of the most common childhood surgical procedures, which is the way the medical community handles a lymphatic system that is so clogged up with digestive and immune cell crap that it can become a source of bacterial infection that ends up blocking your kid's airways. What does the medical community do? Well, they yank the thing out. That's called a tonsillectomy. A tonsillectomy, which is as controversial as it has become over the past few years, is still considered to be one of the most common surgical procedures performed in kids. A tonsillectomy is the removal of a part of the lymph system. The tonsils are a part of the lymphatic system. And over time, as our children eat the crappy standard American diet that most kids are eating, what happens is the lymphatic system becomes clogged up. And the tonsils, being part of the lymphatic system, get so clogged up that they can actually block airways. When surgeons remove tonsils, they got to be very careful because pus and gook and white blood cells and infectious material comes out of the tonsil, just like a boil or just like a cyst. In fact, a boil and a cyst, those are other manifestations of lymphatic congestion. So if you've ever seen the inside of a cyst or a boil, that is in large part the graphic representation of what I'm talking about when I talk about lymphatic congestion. Think of a boil, think of a cyst, think of the pus that comes out of there, and that's pretty much what lymphatic congestion is about. When this happens, not only does lymph become a breeding ground for infectious bacteria, but it can also impede the transport of nutrition, especially fat-soluble nutrients, especially vitamin E. This is really problematic because if you have issues with your digestive system or malabsorption of fats, you're not absorbing your fats correctly, or if you have bile problems, or if you have gallbladder problems, you actually need more vitamin E than someone who doesn't have health issues, and you are going to be especially compromised around vitamin E absorption and vitamin E transport through the lymph. Probably the most important thing you could do to improve lymphatic health, in addition to, of course, not putting the poison in there in the first place through the digestive system, and by the way, dairy is especially problematic because of its fatty nature. The lymphatic system processes fats as well as poisons and nutrients, so dairy is an especially problematic lymph food, although any food allergens can cause an issue. One of the best solutions to lymphatic congestion, in addition to not putting the crap in your body in the first place, is to move your body around. The lymph is designed to circulate through the body by being pushed along through the activity of your muscles, not like the blood. The blood and the lymph are similar in the sense that they're both part of the circulatory system. They both circulate through the body in pipes, so to speak. But the lymph is different from the blood because the blood has a pump. Heart pushes the blood through the circulatory system. The lymphatic system does not have a pump. We are the pump. Our bodies, our muscle system is designed to be the pump. As we move our body around, the muscles push fluid through the lymph. So if you're concerned about lymphatic congestion, if you have a history of lymphatic symptoms like boils or cysts or your tonsillectomy, your kid had a tonsillectomy, had his tonsils removed, if there's food allergies present, if you have any reason to believe that your lymph may be congested, get a rebounder. A little mini trampoline, and get on there while you're watching TV. Just jump up and down for a couple of minutes a day. Take brisk walks, play basketball, play tennis, go for a regular swim. Move your body around. And remember, one of the best ways to keep the lymphatic system purring along is to make sure you're practicing deep breathing. You have a set of muscles that is attached to the lymph from your lungs, and as you push your lungs out, when you're inhaling or push your lungs back in, as you're exhaling, you are also moving your lymphatic system. Deep inhaling, powerful exhaling. Even if you did it once or twice a day, that would make a huge difference, let alone if you practice deep breathing for a couple of minutes every day or 5 minutes every day or even all day long. So anyway, after vitamin E is taken into the body, it comes into the digestive system. It goes from the small intestine into the lymph. It's an oily substance. It doesn't float around in watery fluid, so it has to be wrapped around with a little fatty bubble. The body's divided into an oil compartment and a fat compartment. If you're taking in an oil soluble or a fatty nutrient, that fatty nutrient cannot float around through the water of the body. It has to be wrapped around in a bubble. That's what a lipoprotein is, and when you hear about LDL and HDL, that's what we're talking about really, are these little bubbles. We'll continue this discussion when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. Our number is 866-582-9933. We'll be back right after.
My Magic Mud is a tooth whitening powder that removes plaque and detoxifies your mouth. It's safe for your enamel, giving you a beautiful polish and a dentist-like clean after every use. My Magic Mud is also the perfect remedy for pain caused by sensitivity. It strengthens your teeth and gums for a strong, healthy smile. The ingredients are 100% natural and it's safe for children. Simply brush with My Magic Mud right before bedtime for a cleaning you can count on. Visit mymagicmud.com.
Attention all listeners, are you ready for a free stock market webinar with PillsGang.com? Join us September 13th at 12 noon Eastern for this live PillsGang.com free webinar, valued at $75. You'll learn how to protect your principal in this Federal Reserve-controlled low-interest rate market by identifying moves before they happen. To register, simply go to LearnStocksForFree.com. LearnStocksForFree.com. Or call 877-600-4264. Promo code GCN. 877-600-4264. Promo code GCN.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right, that's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufactured manufacturers. If you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Healthy elimination is essential to high energy, a cheerful mood, and prevention of disease. Some of the founders of our modern holistic health thinking state that disease begins in a toxic colon. A toxic intestinal tract is the foundation for virtually all degenerative disease, and a clean and well-moving intestinal tract is the foundation of health.
I just want to say that you folks have an amazing product. I've taken whey protein products for years, and I've never noticed the results I have with your product. I've suffered with bouts of constipation most of my life. Within a few days of taking One World Whey, I noticed a dramatic change. Also, in the past few years, I've experienced symptoms associated with diabetes. I feel horrible when I've had too much sugar, and I've been getting the foot pain as well. But I've noticed in the past week or so, I'm not feeling bad anymore, and the foot pain is gone. I'm just finishing up a 5-pound tub I ordered and just got off the phone ordering more. I love your product. Thank you.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com. That's oneworld.com.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Back on the bright side. Thanks for joining us today, friends. Talking about vitamin E and the cardiovascular health and the lymphatic system. If you suspect that you got some clogged up lymph, if you have boils and cysts, that's one sign that you may have some lymphatic congestion. If you suspect that might be a problem, if you've had issues around fat malabsorption, that's another clue that you may have some lymphatic congestion. Get yourself a rebounder. Get yourself to the gym once in a while. Even taking a brisk walk or walking up the stairs instead of taking the elevator. These are all ways that you can help circulate the lymph. You know, back in the day when 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago, when people were eating all kinds of lard and saturated fat, they didn't really have a big problem with heart disease. And one of the reasons was because they walked around and they chopped wood and they farmed and they moved their bodies. And when you move your body, you move your lymph. When you move your lymph, you circulate nutritional substances as well as clear out lymphatic congested materials and immune food complexes most especially. These immune food complexes, by the way, can oftentimes come to rest in different parts of the body. When these immune system food complexes come to rest, they can actually initiate immune reactions and autoimmune reactions, and this is one of the sites of development of